What is up, Rams, and welcome to another episode of Beer Me. Yes, the show where Casey Robinson and I go to different breweries in Fort Collins, try their beer, tell you guys what we like. We are back at Rally King Brewing this week, trying out their Bloody Good. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
All right, so Casey, what do you like about this beer? It's a really interesting, upfront taste.
Well, first off, this is a sour kettle, which I love sours because they're, I think, the most different kind of beer that you can get. They're not, it's not an IPA where you get hops all of a sudden. It's not an imperial ale where it's smooth or anything, or not porter, but it's something where you get just this sourness.
Yeah.
So, and especially with, this has blood orange in it. And so having some of that fruitiness with it as well.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the sour and the citrus really combines very nicely in this.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about this beer, and it was the same thing about the first beer we had with blood orange, is just the beautiful color that you see that comes out when you infuse that fruit in this.
Yeah, I know. It's cool because I feel like a lot of beers, even though they might have fruit infusions with them, they might not retain the kind of color of it, whereas this obviously really comes out in the beer. You can tell that there's definitely some blood orange in there, and you have that blood orange color, which is pretty cool.
So when I first had this, the sour and the citrus flavor really came out of cake, and at first I was a little put off by it, but after drinking it for a little bit, letting it settle in a bit, getting more used to a taste, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a really cool, unique, because we have a lot of IPAs on this show,
yeah,
and so I'm really used to the IPA bitterness that comes from this, but it's a really nice change of pace when we hit. I also don't have a lot of sours in general. I don't try a lot of sour beers.
I know, so I think this is only the second sour that we've had on Beer Me.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting kick of citrus and sour that at first put me off, but trying it more and more, and once you get used to it, it really grows on you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice little wake-up call.
For sure. I like that Rally King has these kind of specialty beers where it's not just, that I know the owner Matt loves IPAs, but he also is so good at doing things like sours and things with fruit infusions, which it's fun to see because I feel like you don't really get that a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, that is one of the things I really like about Rally King is the more emphasis on fruit infusion that they have. Or the other breweries that we've had are more traditional style, or kind of go on the route of IPAs or porters or stouts and
Yeah, it's really unique. I appreciate that. It's something different every time that I come here,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not, even though it might get an IPA, that's something a little bit different, a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a great beer. It mixes well with the blood orange, and it's something exciting, something new, and something different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the weather our day might have been sour, but Rally King has sure hopped up our spirits. You can catch us at Zwei next week.
That's right. But in the meantime, be sure to come back to Rally King every Wednesday for their open mic night. That's from 6 to 8. They will also be doing, I heard, a chili cook-off sometime soon. Ooh. So if you want to check any of that stuff out, be sure to come by 1624 South Lemay, and maybe you'll catch us here too. We'll see.
Have a great night, everybody.
Cheers.